What is going on YouTube? This is Doz87 bringing you another State of Decay 2 video. Today we're going to be focusing on resources. It's going to be a fairly short, sharp and sweet video. We're not going to show a lot of gameplay, we'll probably just stay at this screen. I just want to give you a basic overview really of what resources we have in State of Decay, what they do and really where to find them. We've got the food resource, pretty self-explanatory there. The more survivors you have, the more food you're going to use per day. So at the moment I've got 3 survivors and they're actually eating 3 food per day. It will be used pretty much every day regardless of how many survivors you have. So if you have 1 survivor or 10 survivors, you'll always use food, just the amount that you use varies. So medical supplies, you can obviously build infirmaries when your characters have stamina damage, health damage. You can admit them to the infirmary to get rid of those negative effects. You can use infirmaries to create blood plague cure. You can make medical items, so like health packs, that kind of thing. So that's meds. Ammunition, I find you use if you're a warlord, you can build an armory, and then that armory will use the ammo resource to obviously build up ammo. You can set bonuses and stuff like that to survivors, or if you put watchtowers. So in the background there you can see that we've built a workshop. If you change that workshop to a watchtower, it will decrease your threat level, but it will require 1 ammo per day or 2 ammo per day depending on the watchtower. Next up is materials. Obviously pretty self-explanatory once again. If you want to build stuff at your base, you need materials. So each thing you build, so like a workshop, infirmary, watchtower, that kind of thing, they all use the materials resource. Some of your buildings actually use material resources per day, like outposts and that kind of thing. Obviously outposts also can replenish materials depending on the ones that you take up. Fuel's used for running things like generators or for refueling your cars. There's certain base upgrades that can use to generate fuel. As you can see at the top left hand side, under the workshop, there is a little water drop symbol for water and a little lightning bolt for electricity. So having a generator and having fuel will mean that you'll be able to have lights and get different bonuses from the buildings that you build. Parts you can collect out in the world. They will allow you to repair any weapons that you get or build different bits and pieces. You can also break down existing weapons to get more parts. Influence is pretty self-explanatory. As you do certain things, killing zombies, finishing missions for other communities, you get influence. When you sell trade items to other communities, you get influence. You also use influence as pretty much as your money in the game. So you can trade and buy items with influence. So where to get these items or get these resources? Now, if you're out in the world and let's just say, for example, here I've got 10 food and I'm using 3 per day and I'm worried about my food becoming low, or I want to increase my meds, where do I go to find these? In State of Decay 1, it was pretty random. But what I've found in State of Decay 2 and what the devs have mentioned is they've tried to generate resources where you think you'd find them. So for example, fuel, you'd find that in like gas stations, garages, sheds, that kind of things. And also make sure you search all the trunks of cars because you'll also find fuel in the trunks of cars. Food, as you'd expect, you can find food in houses, in shops, and in restaurants. Ammunition, you generally find ammunition in like police stations. You can get ammunition from other enclaves. Yeah, so that's where you'll find ammo. Building materials, as you'd suspect, you'll find building materials or materials at building sites. So in the world, you'll see houses that are not completed, that are just like a frame. If you search them, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find materials. You can also find materials in sheds as well, but if you go to the building sites, you're definitely going to find some materials there. Meds, if you find a clinic, a hospital, something like that, you're going to find meds in there. So guys, that was my quick rundown on the resources. If you're out in the world, how do you find those resources? If you did like this quick video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you want to see future State of Decay 2 videos. And I love seeing your comments in the comment section down below. Leave some tips. Think that I've missed somewhere that you can find a resource. Let everyone know. We really want to, make these videos helpful to people that stumble across them and future videos as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you all next time. Bye.